Hello, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have shuffled the deck, and now let's see your cards for the end of June 2026. Pisces consciousness, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So, our first row is we have a Four of Cups, we have the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Five of Cups. In the second row, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Eight of Wands, Four of Swords in the last row, Eight of Swords, and Six of Pentacles. I have this with us today, and I will go ahead and clarify some cards. So let me please first clarify the Wheel of Fortune at the center. So Wheel of Fortune is clarified by Melancholia, Giovanni Fanciulla, and La Fedelta. Six of Pentacles at the bottom is clarified by Amore, Donna Maritata, and Disgrazia. I also want to clarify the Eight of Pentacles in the first row. So this is Speranza, Morte, and La Superbia. So let's now see how this all corresponds to. Okay, from a card like Four of Cups to Eight of Pentacles and then Five of Cups, I see here you are trying to reawake something you were once doing or used to do. You haven't been busy with this thing for some time, but somehow you stand up with a hope to maybe get the best in to be the best in that, but maybe you realize a particular tool missing, or maybe you are not that much, you don't feel that much of good anymore about that thing, because we directly jump to Four of Cups. So there is some kind of um there is some kind of wanna be the best energy, and you also try to make something work, maybe simply, uh, but maybe it's not producing the results you have looked for. Um, so you have some kind of a pride in this thing. So it's like you stop investing effort into this because it's no longer going where you hope it would go. Um, but in the end, it creates some kind of a dignity rather than defeat. Of course, the Eight of Pentacles energy doesn't feel like endless work here, I must say. Uh, in the center, I'm noticing the Wheel of Fortune here with the Melancholia, Giovanna Fanciulla, and La Fedelta. Um, to me, this feels like um, some kind of acceptance, adaptation. It's like you are coming to terms with something. Um, you don't necessarily like it, but you come to terms with it. um I feel that someone is carrying a sadness, maybe some regrets or disappointments or emotional heaviness. But then they are having a fresh perspective about their situation, and it's ending up in consistency and commitment. Like something disappointing ultimately redirects itself towards a healthier or more reliable path, I have to say. In this one, though, what initially starts like a loss maybe becomes like a reason uh, to evolve towards a more maybe trustworthy situation, you know. This is important because it is in your center. I think the reading is revolving around a change that maybe doesn't seem to be like fortunate for you at first glance, but I think things really evolve here. I do feel. Uh, I also feel that you know like where to stop and where to push a particular thing. Um, I feel like I feel like something is moving, something, whatever the result with that thing, you are really moving forward. There is some kind of a emotional development. Maybe someone is reaching out to you. We have the Knight of Cups, and the rest is really a very fast emotional development. Some conversations maybe happen, and this opportunity of someone reaching out to you, making really a shift occur. So things, I think, start to accelerate. This row, I think, feels almost like the universe refusing to let you stay stuck. Um, Now, I also feel Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Here is, I feel like a connection and a, emotional attachment, some established commitment. There is an established woman energy, but then the disappointment and the misfortune. You are not fond of to be in exchange with someone, maybe because maybe someone gives more than they receive, and like it's like paying a price for that. um or you find a connection that appears stable, but then leading up to some kind of a unfortunate development. You are not satisfied with the thing, the contract or the agreement maybe you are making here. I'm seeing some kind of an imbalance, which is like impossible to ignore for you for the end of June. um and the whole events is putting you some in some kind of an emotional cycle, I think. In some cases, you withdraw, um, you attempt to something, and then you step back. And I see here like you really work hard to create an outcome, but life changes direction anyway, right? And then you struggle to kind of accept the new reality, like saying, Pisces didn't expect things to turn out this way. And the developments, consequences, um, creating some kind of a emotional bill arriving after events being moved. Um, you know what, Pisces? So this is a story that we need to stay aware, because I think it's simply, this is the most important part. It is simply telling you that releasing an expectation that you were emotionally attached to, you were emotionally attached to, um, will be in your benefit. Um, this is happening. I don't think that this is some kind of a failure or you were good enough, but I think life is trying to make you move in another direction. Um, and something maybe is ending. And if it feels disappointing, you are acknowledging that, but it's not a defeat, I would say, because what you wanted isn't actually where your future is. Um, and once that realization begins, I think your reading becomes much more dynamic, because the middle row here does not seem to be stuck at all. Um, it looks like end of June is gonna make you to move again, like life will take speed. It's going to start move again, and once you stop forcing an old expectation to survive, maybe um, it's gonna keep the momentum. This is also something I want to mention. I'm not gonna repeat the whole reading, but I want to clarify the Eight of Wands dash. Can you please clarify the Eight of Wands? So Eight of Wands is clarified by Prigione, L'Amica, and Bambino. It's like there was someone who was very there was an imprisonment around a new beginning, but I think there is an approach of a friend. So this Knight of Cups, I think, mirroring the Eight of Wands, is really a friend or a friendly person, really making you initiate something. I mean, um, whatever has been stuck or restricted in your life, or maybe delayed or blocked, I think it's finally, this with this encounter of this friend, they are offering an opening. So through another person's presence, there is an opening. This is, of course, not necessarily romance, and this may not, maybe this person is not a literal friend, but there is a person entering your story, and somehow that interaction is creating movement um, where there wasn't any. So I think this Knight of Cups energy is very important, one of the very central cards. Eight of Wands is really changing the flavor of your reading, I would say. Um, so, at some point, um, if you feel really like pause, I think life will start to move again, because someone enters the picture and they are breaking that period of stagnation. Uh, so you are a moving fish. You are not that fish. And the thing is, like, things happening, these things happening because you are not forcing them to be. North Node is still in Pisces until July, so it's still in your sign. Things happening because you are not forcing it. Things happening because you are not solving everything yourself. because simply this new influence is entering the situation and changing the dynamic. So so yeah, it can be like something can finally start. Um, and if you know, Six of Pentacles is in the end, it's a transactional card. What you are given as a contract, money, or in this particular exchange, maybe it's not like what you are given isn't what you are expecting here. But when you make the energy move and not settled in the terms of Six of Pentacles, I think you can make things work for yourself. I think it's a critical month that needs your initiation and initiative, I do feel. I see strong Cancer energy in your reading. I see um, strong Scorpio energy, Sagittarius, Libra, Gemini energies can be strong. Um, and Pisces don't get so much emotionally invested in an arrangement and commitment here. The outcome isn't quite what you thought you were signing up for. So that's why I want you to stay. I want you to stay aware here. You can, I think, a bit influence the outcome. Actually, take more advantage of this Knight of Cups energy rather than waiting for the final outcome. Because the moment that their movement enters the reading, energy really change dramatically. And like, so it can be like your participation along with this Knight of Cups energy can really produce some results for you rather than withdrawing and just trying to get the outcome you want. So the fortune actually arrives in a different way. Okay, this is going to be important. I want to also get one card, by the way, for that Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups energy, please. I am this time using the tea leaf cards. Yeah, this person. So you see the doing something risky, taking a chance. We have the Tiger card. The moment they are, making you not to accept your conditions, taking a risk, a very strong Scorpio energy. When you take a chance, you produce a better outcome with the Tiger clarification there. Maybe there is one risk. Does it work? I think it worked. It worked, I would say. So the story in the first row, I think you are not simply accept whatever is placed in front of you. Yeah. Because the reading keeps showing me situations where the initial terms aren't completely satisfying. Like there is always what happens next. There is a moment where somebody challenges the situation, taking the risk, initiating that conversation, renegotiating the arrangement, sending the message, making the offer, taking the first step. Then the energy starts moving. So passivity is not rewarded. Okay, passivity is not rewarded, but activity is rewarded. And even like you don't force the activity, it's gonna come very natural. Your initiative changes the outcome, but it's not by force. It's very natural because it happens through this Knight of Cups energy. So follow that. There is a permission to you to stop waiting, really. So thank you so much, Pisces, for tuning in. If you have a personal question, find me in my live streams called Karo is Answering Your Tarot Question. If this is your first time, check the description box below to see how we operate in the channel, and take care.